Welcome to the series of AI videos. Today we're going to see an interesting video on Arize Phoenix. So little background on what is this AI observability, okay, and why does it matter? So as we by now know that LLM systems are complex. Uh, the prompts and retrieval are hard to debug. We need this visibility into these AI pipelines as to what's going on, and you maybe find something that you want to change, then you make some change and you want to see whether it improves or not. Okay, so this way the observability helps improve the reliability as well of your AI app. Okay, so what is Arize Phoenix? It's an open source tool for tracing, not only tracing but also evaluating LLM apps. Okay, and it's also open telemetry compatible. Okay, so it helps debug RAG pipelines as well as agents. It provides prompt response and context visibility, and it's built for AI developers. Okay, what are the key features? It helps trace the LLM calls and the complete workflows. We can inspect prompts, responses, and retrieve documents from the RAG. It can also monitor latency and token usage, so that will help with your billing. Okay, and not only it can do all this, but you can evaluate your model output. Okay, so you sort of quantify how is your model doing now, you make some changes, and then you get some output, and you can evaluate whether it's improving or it's regressing. Okay, and that way you can sort of iterate through your AI app as well. What is the example AI pipeline? So the user makes a query, it goes to the embedding model, right? Then it goes to the vector DB for your RAG. It retrieves the documents, gets the context, and then sends this user query with all this context to the LLM, right? So now LLM responds. Okay, now at each of this step, you can see, right, what is happening, right? What got fetched, what got appended as the context and sent to the LLM, and all that. Okay, and that way you can identify failures, even hallucinations. Okay, okay. One last interesting piece. What is the difference between Phoenix versus Arize AX? Okay, so Phoenix is an open source software. It's used for local debugging and evaluation. And once you are done with the development, you can deploy to cloud. Okay, so Arize AX is the cloud platform, and that you can use for production monitoring. So a typical workflow would be you develop with Phoenix locally. Okay, and then once you productize, you monitor in AX. Okay, so we'll see a quick demo of this. So let me open up my code. Okay, so now this is my Arize Phoenix, that is a local debugging. Okay, now I also have this on my GitHub. Okay, so let me point you to that GitHub. So this is my GitHub. Arize Phoenix is the repo. Okay, now the way you start local Phoenix is you just say Phoenix serve. Okay, so let me show you that. Okay, so uh, let me start it here. Okay, so I started Phoenix serve. The moment you do Phoenix serve, it's basically going to start a local server, and you can monitor it using the URL. Okay, uh, which goes to localhost 6006. Okay, now uh, it uh, started, right? It started this server. Okay, now what I'm going to do is and it's showing this, right? So let me open that URL, right? So I do a localhost. Okay, and you'll see this. Okay, so these are my past projects. Okay, but I can run it again, and for this I'm going to run my local Arize, okay, which is basically this code that I was showing you here. It's very simple actually, right? You basically have to use the OpenAI instrumenter and use the open telemetry, the trace. With that, you instrument it, right, using this trace provider, and when you are making this LLM call, right, I'm going to use something called as a span. Okay, we won't see all the details of this Arize Phoenix, but it has some sort of hierarchy and embedding for different UI pieces that you can see. Okay, so now I ran this, right? So it's running it, and it's going to the local UI that I'm running here, right? Which is basically here. If you see this in projects, you'll see it's using a default project, right? And I ran something before, right? Now it's showing me uh, the latest run that it just finished. So it shows my previous run and the latest run. So now if I click on this, you will see the hierarchy. Okay, so uh, I just have a chat completion, right? So you will see the what was the input. So I said explain tracing briefly, and it's showing me the output, right? And you can see the time, you can see the tokens, right? This is local Olama, so it's not showing the tokens, right? But you can measure the latency, right? Say 22.5 seconds. Okay, now what we'll do is let's take it to production. Okay, so uh, instead of running this, I'm going to run this code which is going to go to Arize AX, and let me show you that code. It's also not very difficult, and you can also see the details in my GitHub if you want to check, right? So basically the key thing is that you have to set the Arize API key, Arize space ID. Okay, load those up, and that you'll see here, right? So with a .n, I have loaded it. Okay, now the key thing here is when you register, you have to give project name. The endpoint has to be this otlp.arize.com/v1/traces. Protocol you have to specify HTTP slash protobuf, and you have to give the headers, the API key and space ID, which are basically the Arize API key and the Arize space ID. Okay, and then the rest of the code is same as you saw before. Okay, now I'm going to run this code, right? So I'll run this python bin.py, right? And you have to go this app.arize.com page, right? This is where you register, right? And all your tracing projects you'll see here. So if I go here, so I was doing some testing. Right now I'm running this Olama workflow. Okay, again I had a couple of runs here, right? So now this run has started, right? It's sort of doing this tracing, open telemetry, sending it to the cloud, and you'll soon see it in this Arize X, right? So that will so let me just show you these, right? This test trace I was just uh, testing, right? Whether it goes to this hello, right? It was not even any uh, LLM call or anything, right? That also you can do. Now coming back here, uh, I want to go to my Olama workflow project, right? Which is with this, right? And you can uh, see this details, right? So now I have this span, this is a chat completion, right? So the same thing, right? So it's basically the user input, right? And you can see this assistant output, right? Which is the response from the local Olama. And here also you can see the time it took, right? 10 0.23 and 11.82 seconds. The model that you use, right? You'll see all that, right? You can change the format, and you'll see that, right? Uh, and that's it. So it's completed, right? So good luck using Arize Phoenix, and good luck with your AI journey. If you like the video, click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, thanks. Bye.